So that brings us into our co-main event for UFC Vegas 18. It's going to be a beauty as well. We got Cory Sandhagen, or as we like to refer to him as Bob Menery, in this bantamweight bout. He's taking on the legend, the vet, in Frankie Edgar. It's going to be a great one, man. So Sandhagen, we've been talking about this guy for a while now. Comes in with that 13-2 record, 6-1 in the UFC. Most recently, we saw him with a dominant victory against Marlon Moraes back in October. He rebounded nicely from what is truly the only blemish on his record, which was a loss to Aljamain Sterling in June of 2020. So this guy's ready to roll, ready to continue that dominance. On the flip side, we got Frankie Edgar, a name I think I've heard myself repeatedly over the last 15 years. So, no short of a legend here. He has that 24-8-1 record. He has lost 3 of his last 5, but, look at those names that he's taking on: Max Holloway, Brian Ortega, Chan Sung Jung. These are legends in themselves. So, he has a lot of notable wins under his belt and a lot of notable fights under his belt. My question for you is, can he hang with Sandhagen at this point in his career?
Yeah, so it's like that. It's weird about him getting 4 canceled bouts over the course of 2020, right? When you look at it, he lost to Chen Sung Jung back in 2019 towards the end, in December. And then all of a sudden it's Cory Sandhagen canceled, Munoz, all canceled. So most of 2020, right up until August, the dude was just waiting for a fight, right? And all of a sudden we come out and watch him just dominate. I thought that was a phenomenal fight. It was a split decision. I still think that Frankie Edgar won that fight. I was very happy about it. It was just one of those things where both of those guys had to just meet at some point. It was destined. It was like a mini, Ferguson Khabib, if you will. But, both those guys just laid it on the line. That was just such an inevitable fight, especially with where Aljamain Sterling was in the division. And now we're seeing Cory really start to make a name for himself. And this is the perfect fight to make, even dating back to their canceled bout. And the length in this fight for Cory is going to be the most important thing, right? I don't think he likes the fight to be on the ground that much. He's sneaky. He's got pretty good submissions and sneaky jiu-jitsu and stuff on the ground. But Frankie Edgar is a veteran of the sport. I think his scrambling ability is one of the best in the game. He has been kind of laid out a little bit in recent fights, but even again, when you think back to his prime, like his ability even to scramble after taking the biggest shots, it's what's made him one of the most loved and exciting fighters of all time, right? Like that transition of, the Edgar title reign was one of the saddest for everyone. And even when the Aldo Edgar thing kind of happened, there were hardcore Edgar fans really hoping that maybe, just maybe, the featherweight title could be his next little opportunity there. But I think this is a great chance, right? You're getting some momentum now after all of those failed fights. You finally got one under your belt, split decision, no matter. But now you get a real contender, because let's talk about if Cory wins this fight, right? You just said he really did, outclass Marlon in that fight. And, I can think back and admit that we were definitely on Marlon in that fight because he was coming back from a long-term layoff and stuff like that. But Cory was hungry after his loss, His fight against Aljamain looked ridiculous. He looked ridiculous to me. I'm going to say that flat out. And I don't know if anyone was in there, even Peter Yan was in there, I think that would have been the fight of the year. It was just, he was that good in there. And I think Cory was ready, but was he ready for that? I don't think so. And he was ready come Marlon Moraes, though. You know what I mean? Like, that was a different fighter. He landed that kick beautifully. I think that he was able to take his time and finish the way he wanted, avoided to make any mistakes that it was a short fight, though. But I think in this fight, that's going to be even more important than ever, right? Frankie Edgar's not the guy you want to mix it up with in close little boxing matchups. He's not the guy you kind of want sitting on top of you, maybe, and even trying to ride a little bit, but he's going to want to box. He's going to use his footwork. He's going to use that heart. He's going to use that Rocky style, until you completely lay him out. You're probably, going to have to go those, it sucks that this fight only has to be 3 rounds. That is the worst part of it all. In fact, it shocks me. It shocks me that you did not switch these 2 fights. It shocks me.
Wow.
I'm just upset. I'm so upset
really,
about that. I'm so upset.
Yeah, it really lines up the Sandhagen Edgar fight for us, for sure. So, let's dive right into these lines here. I'm curious to see if you can keep that bell going. I'm sure you know who the favorite is here, but give me a line.
Yeah, I mean, Cory could easily get a line of above minus 250, but not minus 300. So we're going to go with a safe line of not as close to a pick 'em as possible. So I'm going to go with a safe line of minus 210. Minus 205. We'll go minus 205.
Minus 205. Okay, so I'm curious to see how much this one shocks you because you're about 250 basis points off.
No way.
Sandhagen is the biggest favorite on the card, and he comes in at a minus 450.
Frankie, I don't give a fuck.
Have to.
I love you. Yo, Cory, I love you, bro. Do what you gotta do. Frankie, Cory's gonna have his fucking time. Let's fucking go. Cory will have his time. Man's got championship level shit in him. But Frankie, let's go, bro. Come on, bro. Oh, man. Wow, bro. Wow. He does not deserve that. Woo, I'm fucking angry for what the fuck? Wow, Frankie. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know who's making those lines. Fuck, win or lose, you're never going to lose that bad. Wow.
No, it's going to be a great value wager regardless. What actually stood out to me was taking Frankie in decision, man. That's a nice, juicy plus 550 there.
I love it.
Oh, man. Do you see a scenario where either of these guys get knocked?
I mean, here's the thing. Both guys have had experiences with the Rocky Chin. My thing is the problem with fucking... Sorry, I'm trying not to swear, but the problem with Sandhagen is like the lone finish, Aljamain Sterling, when he decided to watch Terminator 2 the night before and just decided to reenact the scenes. I mean, it was insanity. So that's the problem where I see, in terms of the finishing, it could go either way. But what I'm saying is the value of that line is what's shocking me completely. What is Sandhagen to finish anyway?
Plus 150. Him by decision is plus 110.
Wow. Interesting. So they don't even think that. So it's crazy that, because I don't see them taking it to the ground, and I don't see, Frankie can take shots, but let's see though, right? Let's see what he can actually take, because I feel like what Sandhagen threw at Marlon really did kind of. I mean, let's be real though. Rob Font, guys like that are definitely putting on a big show too, right? So I hate to say it, but Marlon Moraes has a huge ladder to climb now that you look at his last few fights. So I think Frankie Edgar deserves to have a better line than that.
Yeah, it's safe to say we're going to be dashing on that one with a little spice. So keep an eye out for that sprinkle. And as we do lay anything, we'll let you guys know. Wow. Man is still shocked. That wraps up UFC Vegas 18. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button underneath. We have all of our information, Instagram, Twitter. Give us a follow. That's where all our picks are going to go up. Closer to Saturday, we'll have a bunch of content going up. So make sure you give us that subscribe. Lock that in. Anything else, Siraj?
That is all, my friend. Always a pleasure. Glad to get it rolling again. Let's get it. With these lines, we better
Always
get
a pleasure,
going.
dude. Take care. You got it. Peace out.